Okay, Joseph, this is what we've been talking about. You know, there are things that what we can do in IMS and the business that I am running here in Japan and Bizpreneur Japan that you and I are doing together. So there are things that the Bizpreneur Japan can do, and there are things that we need to, kind of outsource some of the things to Japanese staffs. And I have this guy, Japanese staff. Probably you want, Taisuke, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit to Joseph in this video?
Introduce?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Hi, Joseph. I'm Taisuke Otsuki. I'm the member of IMS and Seiji Taki is my English teacher, and I learn a lot of things from my teacher. And today I'm very happy and you are watching this video. Thanks.
Thank you. So, Joseph, here's the point. Okay. As I have already explained in the video, to be able to speak or write in English is about brushing up the skill of translating from one language to another, namely from Japanese to English. And most of the people can't really do that. And in order to do that, we have to kind of, practice translating from Japanese to English as rapidly and accurately as possible. And in order to do that, in order for the rapidity of with which they translate from one language to another, they can practice it for themselves. But in terms of the accuracy in the natural, how it sounds natural in English, English speakers must correct their English, and that's the process of changing the draft into the proofread version, and that's what we will be doing. You and I will be doing in Bizpreneur Japan. But to put some explanations in Japanese, that's what you can never do. I can do it, but I don't think I have time to do it. But Taisuke can do that. I put some explanations in Japanese. What is the difference between the original draft and the proofread version, so we can sell it to the clients. So this is my idea, and leave in the comments what you think about it. Thanks. Okay, let's change the language to English. Okay.
I see.
So Joseph, I am shooting this video, so Joseph can look at it and see the connection in the business between what we are doing, what you want to do, and what Bizpreneur Japan will be doing. Okay, so let's start with your question. You wanted to ask me the question about translating. So say to me your question again.
Yeah, in English.
In English, yes.
I see. So, and I had a lesson of Japanese English translation. I noticed that there is various kind of ways to expression, but I get only one expression. So I would like to increase that way of expression. So how can I do to achieve my goal? Okay.
It is at the first. It is very important for you to notice that to be able to brush up your translation skills from Japanese to English, you have to get accustomed to the native expressions.
I see.
In order to do that, you need a session just like this, and you translate at first, okay? And I will put some explanations to your translations, just like I have done in this session. and you may want to talk with, have a lot of chances to talk with English-speaking people. That's another thing that you can do, and you can watch YouTube as well and pick up the expressions that you have never used before, and use them as your output so you can practice your translation. And that is one thing. But another thing is what I have in mind about what Bizpreneur will be doing is how to correct written English, just like corresponding email to English. And this is what Bizpreneur Japan cannot do actually. So I think I will be in charge of that, and you can help me with that as well. Okay, how do we do that? At first, the student must have the basic skills to try to translate from Japanese to English in such a level. Okay, in such a level that the English speakers can read the sentence and get the whole point. But otherwise, native speakers like Joseph is not a native English speaker, but he looks at what is written and he gets the point. Probably this is what this guy wants to say. Okay.
Yes.
And this, you do the draft at first, and then I can receive the draft from you, and I can send the draft to Bizpreneur, Joseph Joseph or other members in Bizpreneur Japan. Okay.
Yes.
And the staffs in Bizpreneur Japan will correct the students, clients translated English and do the proofreading so that they can change the draft into natural sounding English. And then they will return the proofread translation to me. Okay, and I will hand it over to you via email. Okay, and you can see the difference. Okay, the original draft translated by Japanese student and the proofread one, the counterpart. And you can see the difference between the two of them, and you can clearly see which is better, which is more colloquial, okay, in what sense, and grammatically and grammatically and syntactically. Okay, so. But the problem is most of the students do not see the difference, the difference or the quality between the original draft and the translated, the proofread version. And if the staffs in Bizpreneur Japan explain everything, give the explanations of the difference, probably do you think it would be understandable to the Japanese students?
Okay.
No. Do you think that this time you looked at the difference, the difference and the quality of the first draft, okay, original sentence, and the proofread one, and you see the difference, the quality.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have a lot of difference.
Mm-hmm. And if I explain that in the document in English, do you think your English is good? So probably you will understand. But most of the Japanese people, concerning most of the Japanese people, do you think they would understand the difference and the quality explained in English?
I think it is kind of hard things
Yes.
because, yeah, between the original one and corrected version is very, I think, different. So unless the native speaker, we cannot understand the difference between two of them.
Oh, yes. But if you see the difference between the original one and the proofread one, you can look at them and you can see which is better in what respect. Okay? But you can explain that in Japanese, right? You can explain that in Japanese. You can write the explanation why, for example, okay? Let me share the screen this time, okay? Let me share the screen again. Now, for example, okay, the original draft, the lion told me that in a brief he didn't escape from the zoo, okay? You need to know that there has to be another object here, okay? It has to be complete with the grammatic structure SVOO. Okay, you got to be very careful with the grammatic structure, and the position of comma. Okay, you can explain that in Japanese just like this, and you can see the difference. For example, okay, he wanted to go to a place where female lions do not exist. Okay.
Yes.
Why you do not use the word exist? Because it sounds very heavy, okay, philosophical. You can explain that in Japanese. And you read this, and you read it, he wanted to hide himself in a place where he could find no female lions, and you see the difference. But what you want to do, for example, is for example, okay?
Yes.
Because the reason why you choose the word hide himself instead of go is to express in detail what the lion wanted to do. And you can explain all these things in Japanese. You can write them in using this word application, and we can sell it in Bizpreneur Japan. Okay, so you get paid for that. So
Thanks.
So Joseph and his staffs. Okay, one of the staffs can proofread the original text draft written by the student, and I will receive it, and then I'll send it to you, forward the email with the attachment file, the proofread version, and you add some explanations in Japanese. This is what Filipinos cannot do. This is you Japanese, and this is what you can do. Yeah? This is probably what you can do in Bizpreneur Japan. And this is what I mentioned about the overlapping area of Bizpreneur Japan and IMIS. Now, what do you think?
Yes, if I have a chance of being corrected my draft, I'm very glad.
No. They will not. They will not correct your draft. They will be
Yes.
correcting their students' draft. Okay?
I see.
And they will proofread, and later you can read them, and you can see the difference between the original draft and the proofread version, and you can see the difference, and you can see the difference, and you can study from there.
Sounds very great.
And if you put some explanations, that is going to be your output.
Mm-hmm.
And you can learn and you can get money at the same time, killing two birds with one stone.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, if I have a chance of reading draft, I'm sure it will be very useful and very, very, I will be very just right.
Yes. What I admire you is most of the people do not, Japanese people do not see the difference between the draft and the proofread one concerning the quality. But you see the quality, the difference of the quality, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that means you can put, in addition, some explanations. And I think Joseph, who is in charge of Bizpreneur Japan and Philippines, will be very happy to let you join in this project.
Yes. The situation will be a little complicated, but I think there will be a good relation. I hope we have a good relationship between Bizpreneur Japan and IMS.
Very good. Hey, Joseph. Let's say, hey, Joseph.
Me?
Hey, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.